Assets. About concept. We will have two main scenes, the gameplay and the game over. Players will tap on the screen to get started. The collider will run from right to left and faster up. Players will have to blink to overcome the obstacles. Every time player pass a collider will get an extra 1 point. When colliding with obstacles. Game over. When collided, the player will explode and the game will stop. Players need to tap the screen to play again. As usual, I have also prepared for you a design file with the assets needed during practice. You can download and use it. Okay, take a look at what's in this file. I will have background and cloud. Cool. It will run from right to left. Characters. We will use animation sequences with 2 images to describe the running action. Colliders. We will have 3 images with animation sequences type also. Images will be randomly showed in the scene. Bubble. To show the score inside and follow user's head. Bomb effect. We have 8 images depicting the explosion effect when the character collided. That all. Now, all we need to do is export all these images as PNG files. I will create a new folder as assets and save them there. Perfect. For projects that use images like this filter, remember to compress it first. Click to the resource link that I provide. Then, click tinypng.com. Select all the images you have just exported. Drag and drop it into tinypng.com to compress them. Wait for the process to complete. Download and extract the folder. You will have all the images already compressed. I will copy it to my working directory. Create new folder and name it compression. Paste all image inside this folder. Nice. Import assets to Spark AR Studio. Create a new project in Spark AR Studio. Select non-sequence images. Then, drag and drop it into the Assets panel first. We have cloud, background and bubble. And don't forget to turn on no compression for them. Cool. Now, we will create a list of animation sequences. Click Add Assets and Animation Sequence. The first is Character. Create a new image texture. Click the compression folder and select 2 images of the characters. Great. Next is Colliders. Let's do the same. Create a new image texture, then choose 3 images for the colliders. And finally the bomb effect. Perfect. The next step, we will create a material list that corresponds to the texture list we have below. Click Add Assets, then select Material. We will create materials in the order of the textures to avoid missing. First is Cloud Material. Change the shader type to Flat. Then select the cloud texture. Duplicate the material to create the background. This way will save your time because you no need to change shader types when create new material. Choose the background texture. Great. Do the same thing until we have all the materials that correspond to all the texture. Perfect. Now you have all the assets ready to use. Build your filter. First, add a face tracker object to detect your face. Make it smoother by adding a face mesh inside and name it skin. Create a new material. Then change the shader type to retouching. Cool. Now, change the view mode to back, make it easier to work. Add a null object. I usually use null objects to easily change later. Name it GammaPlay or whatever you want. Next, create background. I will use plain object instead of rectangle object because I don't want my objects to change the position or break my logic when you use different devices with different sizes. Create material by click plus button, choose background material. Then, I will edit the background size by change scale value. Because the plane object is 3D model, but we work with 2D, so keep in mind is the Z value always is 1. Change the position by dragging the Y-axis, it's a green arrow. However, remember to revise the position value to a rounded number for easy management. Please check with some different devices, see it works well or not. I will try with iPhone SE with small screen, iPhone X and iPad with big screen. Nice. It worked well. I will change a little bit to make it beautiful in right ratio. I will change the height by change the Y scale value. Whenever you change the position or scale, double check with another device to make sure your visuals are displayed well on all devices. Okay, nice. Create one more plane object to add the character. Please make sure all plane is inside the null object we call gameplay. Add character material. Nice. Let's change the position to make it display fit your scene. Change the scale value to make it right ratio. Remember to round numbers, because this value will affect the outcome of the collision. Perfect. You can make the animation run faster or slower by change the FPS value. I will set the FPS as 10. Now, create the collider. I will duplicate the character to make the collider. This way will save more setting time. Change the position and then change material to collider. Cool. Now we add the other plane object to make the cloud. It should the same width like background. Add the cloud material. Resize it to match the proportions. I'll reduce the height by half. Remember to name it. Now, we will arrange the order of the objects in the scene panel. Cool. If you don't want to see the collider always change. Select collider animation and uncheck in the loop. Perfect.